We're out here along the tree line where every allergy is that'll make me sneeze and itch, because we just bought this 1974 Dodge D300 with a dump. I know next to nothing about it, only that the advertisement said, ran when parked, dump works, seems the engine is stuck, and that's it. That's always a smart way to buy. Nope, not smart at all. Catch you up to detail so you'll know everything I know about the truck. As I asked him, how did you come to the conclusion the engine was stuck? And he said, well, they put a good battery in there. It wouldn't turn over. They must have tried with the fan belt. It wouldn't turn over, so they pulled all the plugs out, poured mystery motor oil in the cylinders, took the air breather off and did the same. Still didn't work, so hook her up and drug it. They put it in gear and drug it right where it is. Skidded the back tires, so that's where they quit. That's what you always do. It doesn't matter if it's a fridge, washing machine, or an old truck. If you try a couple things that don't work, hook a log chain up and drag it. That just about fixes everything. Let's take a look, and a little closer look, both me and you, at what I bought. One thing I noticed, this grill is pretty nice. Little bit of scuffing up here on the trim, but that's pretty amazing shape for the type of truck it is. And it's got what's known as the bird bath hood. Well, water will build up in there in the rain and sparrows will take a bath in there. Still got the Dodge badging on it. They're in really good shape. We weren't listening to music, but it's still got the custom 300 emblem on there. We were talking to somebody, probably the guy in the tractor. We still got a gas cap. That's important. Got my kind of mirror on it. Everyone looks good in that. So, tires are up. Last plated in 2011. So, it's been sitting about, what would that be? 12 years? Battery's already been relocated to the back for traction, I'm sure. I think they were thinking on drag racing it. Got to be careful, I don't want to lose anything. Things fall. This one here still has the mirror. We got some war scars on it, missing the custom 300 there. That's from, I was working hard for you. Same with this, a nice dent here, saying that it was another hard day at work. Well, let's take a look at the interior. I'm going to get some gloves. I don't like being bit by spiders or anything like that. Here. We'll try the drivers. Z-barded, rust-proofed, safety service, and here's the original Dodge, Plymouth, DeSoto, and Fargo plate. We got all kinds of hatcheries up here. Boy. Man, smells like basement. Oh, we got evidence that a lot of other things were living in here. Here's an old spider web up here. That's been there a while. Steering wheel looks amazing, honestly. No cracks. Horn thing is still in there. Yep, there's the air cleaner. Shifter. Ah, here's the old CB. It is hot out here. I'm gonna... A big jug of brake fluid. That probably says I got a leak someplace. Gas tank behind there. Reflectos. I'm going to see if the door will unlock or go from that side. This thing's got to air out. I can't hardly breathe in there. A brand new jug of brake fluid. Now I can guarantee you it's got a brake leak. The original air cleaner and just the whole floorboard filled up with every good farmer has that. Got a window scraper, screwdriver, another window scraper, and a bunch of J-hooks. I'm going to open this up and see if any rats come jumping out of there. Nope, but they were living in it. So we're going to let that air out. It smells like just basement. It's really musty. I can tell you this, they didn't work in the rain. Now let's take a look at what they had going on underneath there. See what we got. Hopefully no wasp nest. Well, if By looking at the carburetor, it's a 362 barrel. Yep, he did pull the plugs. And he's and pretty accurate. Won't turn over. So I'm going to add to his Marvel mystery some PB Blaster and let this start to work in the cylinders. And then I'm going to pour some Berryman just right into the carburetor and try to fill the bowl up a little bit with it. It's like a seafoam type stuff. And now, guys, we're just gonna ease into it on the crank. We're not just gonna grab it and grab the end of it and, you know, put everything we got into it. We're gonna ease into it and see how it wants to fight us. First, I'm gonna try to go a little bit the opposite way. And the bolt came loose. Now we'll try to go the other way with it. Did you guys see that? We just broke it free. There we go. Watch that crank. So look at that. Like nobody's business. Well, that worked out pretty good. I'm just gonna pull out the dipstick. Yep, there's oil in it. I think I might put the battery in it, see if it'll turn over with the plugs out a little bit. Whoa. Battery plate's rusted. Let me get over here. Here we go. Let's see how kind the mice were to us. See if anything starts smoking. That's not sparking. Doesn't appear anything's getting hot. All right, we're about ready to try it. We're just gonna jump at the relay here. And you got to be careful because all that Marvel mystery and all of that's going to come shooting out at me. So I'm just going to try to barely bump it if I can. I tried touching it at the relay and it just clicks. So I'm just going to tap the starter. Now I'm going to actually try the key. Few more love taps. Upon a little investigation, I tried jumping a screwdriver across here, and what I come to the conclusion is the starter clicks, but it's probably rusted, not going to work. I tried putting the camera down and having the camera lady click it while I hit the starter with a bar, and it's just not going to go. But I'm confident right now the only thing stopping this from turning over, means it broke free, is just the starter. But we'll look at a couple of other things here real quick. And because there was an air cleaner on it and there's no signs of anything up here on the choke, everything looks pretty clean, I went ahead and tried the throttle, and the throttle works really good. So I don't believe anything's froze up on any of that. Hard to say what the needle and seat will be. We'll know more about that, and if there's any leaks or anything like that, who knows. But I think right now the next hurdle is getting a starter for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a jack under it and let's take off a starter. Great, hot and in the weeds and bugs. I'm just gonna put a board underneath that frame so the jack don't sink. So borrow the floor mat from my truck, got some tools, and let's go get a starter off. Diving under. Get out of here. It's my truck, I bought it. Get. Okay. You know how Murphy's Law would have it. Of course, getting it past that fine thread gets all the way to the end, and then it backs out of the transmission. It fought me, but I won. And now we're going to let this down. I got to climb under the hood to get at the next one. Get rid of this, get rid of this. And that's how you lose tools. When you leave behind some tools. Ah! Well, this ain't gonna work. This should work. Stand on. Oh boy. Somebody stood on the roof. It's bowed in. Got the 2 starter bolts out. That's half the battle. Now we just gotta jack the truck back up. Drop her back down. All right, here we go again. Oh boy.
Whoops.
And I can see all the numbers now with the starter off the way. And yep, she's a 360. So I pulled out inside there a fistful of this. I went home and got a couple of starters. Hopefully one of them will work. We'll test them. I'll show you how and see. My ears were ringing a little bit. I could hear some people saying, you need to put jack stands underneath there. Don't just trust the jack. Guys, there's enough room for me underneath a 1-ton truck. If it would have came down, I had plenty of room. Maybe next year at this time, I might need jack stands if things keep going the way they are, but as of right now, it was okay. I just needed a little bit more elbow room to work. all you really do to test a starter with jumper cables is really simple. You just hook up on your battery your red to positive and black to negative. Just clamp this ground onto there, and if you touch the little one, the appendix will come out, and if you touch the big one, it spins the gears. See that come out? And this spins the gear if the gear works. And this one doesn't work. There it goes. Well, back under. Starter's in. I'm going to bump the key, and you look right down here and see if it turns over. Look at that. I'd say that's progress. Now we're gonna check for spark. No good place. Maybe. Let's see if that sparks. Anything?
No. Yeah, there is a very small spark. Oh. Oops.
We're just gonna clean up these spark plugs a little bit, and then we're gonna put the spark plugs in. I'm gonna figure out the firing order, and then pour a little gas down there. We'll just see if it wants to pop. Can't hurt, can it? Shouldn't have said that. We got all the spark plugs in. We have the plug wires on. And it is hot. Anyways, we're gonna put some of this 2-stroke oil inside the carburetor. Little bit. And then I'm going to break this loose. I don't want to pump any gas. I don't know what's in there, but 12-year-old gas probably isn't what I'm looking for. So most of the time down here, they don't have much of a clamp holding these on. I bet I can just grab that and pull that off. This is the inlet for the fuel pump. There it is. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pour a little bit down the carburetor and see if it fires. Here's what you're battling. The cylinders are drenched and saturated with PB Blaster and Marvel Mystery Oil. They're so wet, I worry that sometimes your spark plugs will get so damp that they won't fire before it actually gets a chance to run and burn it out. But you gotta start someplace. We're gonna try it. A little bit down there. Let's just see if she fires or wants to do anything. Got a little fire out of it. It's trying. I'm gonna give it another little taste of this. Probably too much. We have a runner. Now we're going to hook up that and see if the fuel pump will bring up some fuel to the carburetor, see if the float will let some in, and see where we go. Let's see if I can't put this on there. Like so. And then we'll shove it in here. Nope.
Is this safe?
We'll shove it in here. All right. I don't know if the fuel pump will even work or pull it up. We'll pour this in there. See if she wants to fire off a little bit. It might take it a minute or three to get some gas up there, even if it does. I'm gonna go ahead and tap on that needle and seat a little bit. I'd say we're getting closer. Not yet. Maybe never with that accelerator pump. Okay. It'll run if it gets the gas, so now we just gotta see if we can't get the gas up here to it. Yeah, she's plenty dry. I'm gonna just see if a little bit of this in there, just like that. That's it. Just to get that needle seat wet with a lubricant. So I broke the fuel line loose, turned it over, and as soon as I did, the fuel pump started pushing some fuel out of it. So we're pulling some up. We're gonna go ahead and start it. I put a little bit more gas in the carburetor, and hopefully it fills it up and keeps it running. We got to be getting close, and this gas I'm putting in here has 2-stroke oil mixed in, so it'll help lubricate the intake valves. we turned the jets in and backed them out 1 3/4 turn. We put just a little bit of water in here, but it wasn't much low. Motor's starting to get some temp to it now. Thermostat hasn't opened yet, if it even will. But we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of barium inside that vent tube. And this will help maybe with the idle jets a little bit. And then I'll put a little bit in the gas tank, the gas can that we're pulling out of. Can't hurt nothing. I mean, gotta try something. We'll give her a bumping and see what it does. Couldn't be any hotter out here, I tell you. Not even a lifter tick. We just turned the idle up a little bit. Probably got some vacuum leaks, some hoses and they're leaking, and you know, so much easier just to turn the idle up other than to try to find the hose that's leaking. Well, it's running a lot better. It's not perfect. Of course, who would expect it to be? To get it totally right, had to find a couple of vacuum leaks and a new accelerator pump and the things that you would have on a car that's sat for many years. And normally this is the time where people would get in the car and drive it home and count that as a success, but I only live about 8 miles from this. So what I'm gonna do is do something that's kind of uncanny with this type of a truck. Is camera ready?